The War of 1812 was raging. The vast might of the British Royal Navy posed a significant challenge to the fledgling United States Navy. Early in the war, American naval strategists realized that a direct confrontation with the British fleet would be unwise. Instead, they shifted their focus to a more cunning approach, targeting British merchant ships. These vessels, crucial for supplying Britain's economy and war effort, became prime targets for American frigates and privateers. This strategy aimed to cripple the British economy and draw warships away from the American coast. Among these encounters, the battle between the USS Chesapeake and HMS Shannon stands out as a particularly dramatic and tragic event. The USS Chesapeake, a 38-gun frigate, was one of the original 6 frigates authorized by the Naval Act of 1794. Commissioned in 1799, she had a storied, albeit somewhat troubled, history. In 1807, the Chesapeake was involved in the Chesapeake Leopard affair, a humiliating incident where a British ship fired upon her, killing 3 and wounding 18. By 1813, the Chesapeake was undergoing repairs and refitting at Boston Harbor. She was under the command of Captain James Lawrence, a young and relatively inexperienced captain who had recently taken command. Her crew was a mix of seasoned sailors and raw recruits, many of whom were disgruntled over back pay and prize money. The Chesapeake was far from ready for a major confrontation with a British warship. James Lawrence was a man of action, known for his bravery and determination. Assuming command of the Chesapeake in May 1813, Lawrence faced the daunting task of transforming a ship and crew still reeling from past setbacks into a cohesive fighting force. The crew of the Chesapeake was a microcosm of the challenges facing the US Navy at the time. Many were foreigners, lured by the promise of adventure and financial rewards. Discipline was lax, and the incident with the HMS Leopard still cast a long shadow. Despite these challenges, Lawrence was determined to take the Chesapeake to sea. Little did he know that a fateful encounter awaited them, one that would test their courage and resolve in the most harrowing ways imaginable. Section 4. A fateful encounter off Boston Harbor. On the morning of June 1st, 1813, a sail was spotted on the horizon. It was the HMS Shannon, a 38-gun British frigate under the command of Captain Philip Broke. Broke was an experienced and meticulous officer, known for his rigorous training methods and his ship's efficiency and gunnery. Upon sighting the Shannon, Lawrence made the fateful decision to engage. The Chesapeake set a course to intercept the Shannon, and both ships prepared for a clash of wooden hulls and iron broadsides. As the two ships drew closer, tension mounted on both sides. The fate of both ships and the lives of hundreds of men hung in the balance, soon to be decided in a tempest of fire and fury. Section 5. Cannons roar. A battle commences. The first exchange of broadsides came with a deafening roar. Smoke engulfed both ships, momentarily obscuring them from view. The Chesapeake and Shannon, locked in a deadly embrace, traded broadside after broadside. Cannonballs ripped through the air, splintering wood, shredding sails and transforming the decks into scenes of carnage. Amidst the chaos, both captains rallied their men. Lawrence, on the quarterdeck of the Chesapeake, exhorted his crew to fight with courage and tenacity. The fate of the battle, however, would soon hinge on a series of events as unpredictable as the wind itself. Section 6. Don't give up the ship. As the battle raged, the tide began to turn in favor of the British. The Shannon's disciplined gunnery took its toll on the Chesapeake. Lawrence, struck by musket fire, fell mortally wounded. As he lay dying, he uttered the words that would become a rallying cry for the US Navy. Don't give up the ship. Fight her till she sinks. Despite Lawrence's heroic last words, the situation on the Chesapeake was dire. With their captain fallen and their ship taking on water, the American crew fought with diminishing hope. Seeing his opportunity, Captain Broke led a boarding party across the mangled wreckage that separated the two ships. The British, with their superior numbers and discipline, soon overwhelmed the remaining American resistance. Section 7. Aftermath and Significance. The battle, lasting a mere 15 minutes, ended with the Chesapeake's capture. Casualties were heavy on both sides. The Americans suffered 48 killed and 99 wounded, including the mortally wounded Captain Lawrence. The British lost 23 killed and 56 wounded, including Captain Broke, who sustained a serious head injury. The capture of the Chesapeake, coming after a string of American victories at sea, sent shockwaves through the United States. It highlighted the importance of training, discipline and leadership in naval warfare.